looks good.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. I'm your host, Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into the show tonight. I'm going to need your help because I'm going to need you guys to send me story ideas because I tell you, I'm looking at the news cycle. I'm looking at what they're talking about and kind of not feeling like it's really viable news to be reporting on. Yeah, a lot more Trump, scary Trump stuff going on. That's all they're talking about. I guess that's the way they want to close out the year. And that's not the way I want to close it out here. So send your content, send your ideas to Tim at TimBlackTV.com, guys.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Yeah, but I got a couple things. Always got a couple things, right? All right, got a couple stories. What's up, Facebook? There you go. Hey, Patricia Gardner. What's going on? Pat, I had a good Christmas, a great Christmas, because the kids had fun. And you know how it is. When you get to a certain age, it's all about the kids. But no, the kids did have a great time, though. Got my youngest son, who's 8. I always say he's 9. He'll be 9 soon. A starter laptop. Give it up for starter laptops. Beautiful thing. Beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's keeping him, really contained. I can lock it down, put the lock on it. He can only go where I let him go. You know? It's pretty cool. But you got to watch your kids on the internet. Facebook. I appreciate y'all. What's up, YouTube people in the house? YouTube in the house. Brian Crosby. What's up, Momo Pineno? Yeah. Oh, gosh. So, something ran across my desk, though. I thought it was interesting. How many people know Joy Villa? Joy Villa. Let me see if I can get a picture of Joy Villa. You're probably going to know the picture more than you know the name. Let's see. Now, she's a famous Trump singer. A Trump supporter singer, okay? Remember her? Remember this person? Remember her? I think you remember this. Come on, you remember this. You do. Make America Great Again dress. Well, her. She says that she was a victim of sexual assault while in Trump Tower. Trump Tower, she says. Okay, singer and potential congressional candidate said Tuesday that she has filed a sexual assault complaint against President Donald Trump's former campaign manager, Lewandowski, saying that he campaign manager for hitting her twice on her buttocks during a Washington gathering in November. Joy Villa, a Trump backer who wore a Make America Great Again dress at the Grammys this year, said she plans to meet with detectives in Washington next week about the complaint against Corey Lewandowski. In a phone interview from Tampa, Florida, Villa said she was initially reluctant to come forward because she was worried about backlash. But she said she called Washington's Metropolitan Police Department on Christmas Eve after a friend who witnessed the incident spoke about it publicly, and other friends urged her to come forward. I didn't know him at all, Villa said about Lewandowski. I only knew him by reputation. He broke my trust. Okay. She says she saw him at a gathering at the Trump International Hotel on the day after Thanksgiving and said Lewandowski struck her extremely hard, even after she told him to stop. She said she felt it was disgusting, shocking, and demeaning. Wow. I was initially fearful to come forward with this, adding that she did not want to bring shame or embarrassment on Lewandowski's family or hers. I did nothing wrong. I realized if he's not going to respond or apologize to me, I think it's the right thing to do. So let me get this right. Joy Villa says Lewandowski smacked her on the buttocks a couple times pretty hard in front of people at an event. And according to her, she gave him an opportunity to apologize, and he didn't. How do you feel bad about a guy like that? You know? Like, if it's true, and I'm going to take her by her word. She says here, she gave him an opportunity. I realize if he's not going to respond or apologize to me, I think it's the right thing to do. So, wow. So I'm getting that she's voiced this issue before. It was somehow should have reached him, the message that she was putting this out there, and he decided not to respond to it, and him not responding prompts this police report. Now, a person who fills out a police report is now putting you and themselves into the legal system. I think that puts this on a whole different terrain, don't you? When someone goes, they press charges, and now that becomes a part of the official record. So, think what you want to think. She filed a police report. Think what you want to think. I don't know. Corey Lewandowski should have just apologized. Been like, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm crazy. I'm cuckoo. I do stupid stuff. I'm a pig. I do things. I apologize. Apologize, Corey. Too late now. Too late, Corey. Too late. All right. The other thing I want to talk about, and this is just, and here a lot of people talk about Cenk Uygur, TYT, and, the allegations, not allegations. I'm so used to saying the word allegations. About the thing from his past, the blog post, and how it really came back to kind of destroy some of his efforts with the Justice Democrats. And, other people resigned as well. Like, they kicked him out of Justice Democrats. And then, like, Kyle Kulinski and I think Jimmy Dore, they all quit. And some people are saying, like, Tim, this is a concerted effort to bring down Cenk Uygur. It's also to hurt progressive media, or I don't know. I just want to tell you, I don't look at it like a gang. I don't look at progressive media like this one thing. Everyone does like, I don't think I rise or fall depending on what TYT does or what Cenk Uygur does, like, or we're all in this together. I don't look at it that way. I don't remember TYT doing anything for me. I don't remember Cenk Uygur doing anything for me. So, I mean, I'm just saying I don't see it like, oh, they're going after progressive media because someone went after Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uygur's got a really big target on him because he has the biggest biggest independent media, if you call it independent media when you get $20 million from an outside source. I don't know how you call that independent media, but I get it. People want to call it that. I take no joy in someone else's hardship unless I feel like, they went out and hurt somebody. I don't know if Cenk Uygur went out and hurt anyone, so I take no joy. I wouldn't take joy in it. I might take, like, okay, karma in it. If someone has it coming because they hurt other people, I can't say that it's the case with Cenk. So I'm trying to be as diplomatic as possible. I just want to say, I mean, he made some statements. They made people look bad. He was asked to step down from the Justice Democrats. I got a feeling that if you were part of an organization and you had a high profile and you made that organization look bad, they'd ask you to step down. I don't know if it's a concerted effort. Someone wrote this message. The reason why I'm talking about this, somebody wrote this message like, Tim Black doesn't know how to detect when it's a covert action going on or whatever. Like, dude, you can think this a covert action, but you have no proof that this was a concerted effort to destroy Cenk Uygur's reputation. And I don't know if it wasn't that. Someone did intentionally expose these blog posts. Some people say they knew about the blog post that Cenk Uygur had written over a decade ago, almost 2 decades ago, where he made defamatory remarks about women, very sexual type remarks about women he would sleep with or something. And then, but even more, I think more treacherous were the comments about people who worked for him. Like he made a comment about, we're going to have some new virginal interns in TYT or whatever. They're going to be more fun to look at than what you're looking at now. So, like, that's not good, all right? It's not good, man. And I'm not saying that's how he conducts business. I'm talking about perception. That's all we're talking about. So, look, how about this? How about there's no way to stop, like, people judging you. And the same thing applies to Cenk Uygur. There's no way to stop that. People are going to judge you based on what's out there about you. I've got videos I wish I could take back. When you make 2,500 videos, you're going to have some that later on you don't agree with. Or maybe you were joking on this video, but that video, like, gosh, I mean, who doesn't have that type of stuff? This is the internet. That's why I want to tell people, like, when you put stuff out, be careful and be sure that's what you want to do. You know, be sure that this is how you want to be perceived. And it's a tough road, man, because people do things to get awareness. People do things to get more virality, to get viral. People do things to get noticed, because if there's so much noise on the internet, it's like you must do things to for people to notice what you're doing. And then once you I guess you're feeling a little good about yourself, you feel like you're kind of making a headway, you start caring more about what you put out and less about how many people you're reaching, just making sure that what you're reaching them with represents you. So I kind of understand Cenk Uygur's position, you know, because I've done some videos yelling and being, you know, whatever. But I felt like it at the time, like that's what I wanted to do. I don't know what to say about Cenk Uygur. I don't know Cenk. I never had a conversation with him. I've never met the man, okay? I tend to root for victims. And I always feel like no matter who that victim is, if I root for the victim, I'm on the right side. I'm not convinced Cenk's a victim. He's in a bad situation, but I don't know if he's a victim of anything. You know, you'll see, there's a difference.
Called super predators. We have to bring them to heel. We have to bring them to heel.
I don't know if they're trying to bring him to heel or not. Is that what's going on? Are the conservatives trying to bring down Cenk Uygur to bring him to heel? It would be a big fish. It would be. You know, it would be big for them. It would be big for the Breitbarts, and I don't know. I mean, they want the feather in the cap to destroy Cenk Uygur. I don't doubt that people are rooting against him, but there are people rooting for him who are just as big, if not bigger than Breitbart, who are bigger than Ben Shapiro, Milo, Cernovich, these right-wing people. So are we going to factor that into the cake, that he has just as many detractors as supporters, I guess? Or at least more. I mean, he's got 3.5 million subscribers. It's got a lot of support. Man, I don't know. It's all about how you look at it, you know. Like I say, man, I tend not to do the happy dance on anybody's losing of anything unless I feel like they have malicious intention and that they hurt people. Then, hey, I don't shed a tear, and you got what's coming to you. And I think I'm going to stick to that way of thinking. I don't see a reason why I should change that, and I don't have to kiss nobody's butt because somebody says this is a leader. And what's he leading? You know, he's been successful. Hats off to him for his success. I didn't put this stuff out here, and I didn't plot on him. I disagree with his handling of the 2016 elections. I voiced it. There it is. So anyway, give it up for that. I don't know what to say other than, look, what happens now with independent media, it keeps going like it's been going. People who are committed to what they're doing are going to continue to do their jobs, continue to put out the best content they can put out, continue to piss off the establishment on both sides of the fence. And then we're going to have other people who don't do that, who pick one side of the fence to go after. And that ain't how I roll. And I'm telling you, it's less advantageous to go after both sides. This model, internet, let me just say this, man, because I don't think people get this. I know some people don't give it. I understand. Tim, we don't care about what goes on in media. We don't care about that. We want to know about, okay, fine. Then stop listening for a second, because let me tell you something. I didn't know this when I started becoming politically active. I didn't know this when I started making this type of content, that it actually hurts you if you're trying to build something that you can do full time, or if you're trying to build a business like I am. It actually hurts you to be even-handed. It actually hurts you to be diplomatic. It actually hurts you to call out Republicans and Democrats. This whole system is built on one side or the other. And not only is the system built on that, people are built that way. If you're a Trump supporter and I hit the Democrats 3 times next week, you'll be some will be okay. But the 5th and 6th time I hit the Trumpy, then those people unsubscribe and they get pissed off. They write hate mail. Same thing on this side. If I hit Trump a few times and make a few funnies, people on the left, some people who will call themselves Democrats or liberals, they'll be happy. But then when I hit Tom Perez, like I'm about to do in a second, then they unsubscribe, they unsupport, they remove their Patreon, this is what happens. The hardest place to be is trying to be real and just call it out where you see it. People say they want it. They don't want it. They want to watch MSNBC and hate Trump. Or they want to watch Fox News and hate the Democrats. That's what they want. And any one of you you guys are special. You guys are different. You guys are a rare thing to find. You guys, seriously, I don't know. I know you don't think of yourself that way. You think of yourself as just whoever you are, right? You're not sitting around going, oh, I'm so special. Look at me, look at me. You know, you're not doing that, right? But I'm telling you, you're not most people. And I'm good with that, right? So I'm good with it, but understand the dynamics of this area, all right? And I know it probably doesn't matter to most people. If you're in content creation, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you do. If you've been doing it any amount of time, you know exactly what I mean. There's very little room for nuance. So anyway, Cenk Uygur, I don't wish for his demise. I never look at Cenk and go, ooh, if it wasn't for Cenk, I could win. If it wasn't for Cenk, I'd have 1 million, I have 2 million subscribers. First of all, I'm sorry I had to tell you this. I don't know any black commentator on the left or the right who's not a gamer, definitely not in politics, who has more than a few 100,000. Maybe they exist. I don't know who they are. And if they are, they're probably conservative. You can say what you want to say. I'm just telling you what the numbers are. So it's just what I've seen. Anyway, I wish Cenk Uygur the best. I hopefully he was to his word when he said, "Hey man, I don't do that anymore. I don't go to places and grab people. I mean I don't get all drunk in public and whatever, man. Like whatever. Or I don't hold these bad beliefs about women or whatever. Cool. All right. But I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. I don't know him. Somebody asked people that know Cenk what kind of guy he is. They'll know better, you know? All right. I want to move on to this now, guys, because there's nothing I can say about Cenk that's going to matter. It's just an opinion. He stepped down, okay. And I think he did what he had to do. And I think the Justice Democrats did what they had to do. And there you go. let's move on to Tom Perez, because I think this is immensely more important than talking about Cenk and what I thought about that. This title of this article, the title of this article struck me. It just grabbed me. It reached through my monitor and grabbed me. It said, electoral wins give Perez a foothold in struggle to rebuild Democratic Party. Gives him a foothold in the struggle to rebuild the party. So let me try to understand what he's saying here, okay? All right. Now, Tom Perez has had a rocky first year as the chairman of the DNC, managing to incense liberals, ostracize pro-life Democrats, and lose a string of special congressional elections before noticing some major victories over the past 2 months. Okay, so the DNC in the midst of some of its worst fundraising in recent history, and Mr. Perez has faced headwinds left over from the 2016 presidential primary. Nancy Worley, chairman of the Alabama Democratic Party, described Perez's push to rebuild the DNC as very much a work in progress. Okay, so yeah, he's had a hard time rebuilding the party. The critical loss in 2016 has led many people to leave the Democratic Party. Some left before the 2016 election because they did not like the nominee. Some left afterwards because they didn't like the election process. Some are still leaving because they don't like the lack of message, the message only being Trump, Russia, Russia, Trump. Like, that's not a message. So, yes, he's having a hard time rebuilding that party. Getting people in the doors, butts in the seats, checks in the mail. That's going to happen. You know, you take a bad football team and you wonder how many, only the diehard fans coming out in the middle of winter for you to lose and get your butt kicked like you did the last 12 games. Who's coming out for that? It's life. It goes on to say, if not for late victories, including holding the governor's mansion in Virginia, capturing it in New Jersey, and then assisting Doug Jones in a stunning upset in conservative Alabama special election, Perez could be in deeper trouble. You can't argue with the successes the party has had in special elections in 2017, can you? Said Kathleen Sullivan, a member of the DNC from New Hampshire. At the end of the day, it's all about winning elections, and Democrats have been winning elections. As it is, Mr. Perez is still struggling to defend his job performance and amid carping from the inside and mocking from counterparts as the Republican National Committee. They refer to him as a part-time chairman because he took a teaching job at Brown University while holding the party chairmanship. Yeah, I kind of remember this conversation being brought up about people splitting time between being DNC chair and doing other stuff. So yeah, that's a fair characteristic, a fair characterization of Tom Perez. He is part-time. Why is that? The truth hurt? That's just true. He got another job. He's going to be teaching at Brown University. That's going to require some time, right? What? Maybe Keith Ellison could step up and actually do something. Maybe Keith Ellison could be a leader. Maybe Keith Ellison could speak up, speak out, be strong, be bold, stop falling in line. I mean, maybe these things could happen. I don't know. Is it possible these things could happen? Oh, man, I'm just saying. What's a vice chair anyway if you ain't going to step up? Step up, man. Tom Perez is a part-time chairman of a party, still waging a bitter and divisive internal battle for the soul of the DNC, said Rick Gorka, Republican National Committee spokesperson. Well, he would say that. Additionally, the DNC lacks a clear and coherent message to deliver to the voters in 2018. Obstructionism and partisan games may play well with the base, but they are not a motivating message for swing voters looking for solutions. I agree. No one wants to hear about Trump. Just like y'all don't want to hear about me, what I think about TYT and Cenk, and what I think about this other commentator. Well, look, tell the DNC voters don't care what they think about Trump. Voters care about what you're going to do for me. Why doesn't it work both ways? That's all I'm saying. Wow, I'm the only one got to shut up. Wow, I'm the only one that got to shut up, man. They ain't talking about it, still talking about Trump. It's funny how the Russia investigation gets framed as a Trump investigation on MSNBC, but on Fox it's framed as a rogue investigation. And then every time I turn around, there's a different person under the microscope whose name isn't Trump. So it's just messaging. It's all perception. You notice that, right? Most people think Trump's under investigation. I bet if I took my camera and went out to the streets of D.C. and I asked people, do you know there's a Russia investigation? Yeah. Who are they investigating? Most people would say Trump. Mr. Perez's most immediate challenge is fundraising. Without a Democrat in the White House, the DNC has lagged far behind the RNC. The November report shows the National Party raised $5.7 million for a total of $60.7 million in 2017, just half the RNC's take. Yeah, it's hard to raise money when you're on a losing team. This is why winning is better in a lot of ways. That's what it is. Don't win, people don't want to give money to a loser. What? Haven't you guys noticed a shift? I've noticed a shift online. A lot of conservatives coming out on the dance floor. And they dance with their elbows out. They dancing like this. Get out the way. They're taking up all the space. I think it's cyclical. I'll let you know in 2020. Oh, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here in 2020. I mean, if I'm here, as in this life, I'll be here in 2020. Some people now, you can't say that. Now, if you don't stick around, you'll never know. But I believe it's cyclical. I think whoever's in the White House, they kind of get the floor. And I think that's part of the rise of TYT and some others, is that Obama was in the White House. They had the floor. Now, Trump's in the White House. And now, some other people on the right have the floor. That's what I think it is. What do you guys think? Man, thank you, Rob, for the sound effects, man. I needed some new ones, man. So, part of what I'm looking at here that kind of caught my eye, the reason why I had to talk about Tom Perez, and they're happy about the wins that they've had lately, okay? I just don't want... I know I don't control anything, right? Other than this show. I control this show. I control the content on it I do. I control how long I do segments. I control how many episodes I do. I control this. But I don't control what Democratic voters do. I would hope that Democratic voters would demand more from their party. Not just to beat Trump. Not just to beat Trump. But to actually come up with policy points, actually come up with a message, actually demand more of your politicians, that they take care of the voters, that they fulfill their promises, that they actually strive to affect change, make change happen locally for you. That's what I want for you. That's what I hope. And I hope that you will hold their feet to the fire while you got them. See, if Hillary would have won, you had no leverage. Oh, they love us, obviously. They gave us another round of Obama. No, now it's time for introspection. Now it's time to recalibrate. Now it's time to choose new leadership. Now it's time to clean the house. Now what else are you going to do it? I mean, come on, man. If Brett Favre never would have retired, if he kept throwing Super Bowl passes, touchdowns, like, who's going to quit? How do you get the old guy to sit it down? They start losing. They stop producing. They get older. They get some hits. The hits pile up. That's why you go with another quarterback. I'm hoping the DNC works the same way that all other things work. No longer effective, time to change it. Not working for us, time to change it. And I don't know if I'm not sure if it does or not, but if there ever needed to be a Tea Party-esque Trump-esque movement on the left. It's now. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. And I will be here to find out, and you be here with me, and we'll talk about it. And we'll open the phone lines, and you'll call in, and we'll have a hell of a 2018. A heck of a 2018. So anyway, that's really all I have, guys. Just a couple things that kind of rolling around in my head I think are interesting for conversation, something that I thought maybe you would be interested in knowing more about. Remember, our show comes on 3 times a day. Email me at tim@timblacktv.com. Let me know what I'm missing. Like I said, man, all I see is a bunch of Trump talk. Someone here said something about Honduras elections, and maybe we should take a look at that. I mean, I'm down to look into it. It's just that maybe on certain issues like that, I could talk, but I would much rather have a subject matter expert who knows in and outs, who's been dealing in that particular arena for years, who can speak from a level of understanding from their expertise. So I really like to bring guests on who are familiar with the subject matter, instead of me reading some one-sided sort of opinion and then trying to logically decide what they're trying to say and what's true and what's not. Trying to parse that all out. I think it's better for my audience that we bring in subject matter experts. You know, that's just me. I'm working on it. It's a bad week for scheduling. A lot of people took the week off, and they ain't coming back early off their holidays just to come on the Tim Black Show. You know, so, but I will keep trying. I will keep trying them. I will keep trying to get at them. Remember, send your mail to tim@timblacktv.com. I got nothing but love for you. Tomorrow, Coffee with Tim Black returns. And let me do a couple of shout-outs for people that are in the house. It's a holiday period. And I know people got stuff going on. Right, Ryan? I could talk about Australian politics. What the hell? Susan Mercurio says she's had people drug her. Wow. Susan, for sex. Susan said people have drugged her for sex. It's rape, Susan. It's just rape. Period. All right? And ain't no sugarcoating that. It's just not. You know, I say, I mean, I've been around some things that have happened that I didn't think should happen. And I stepped. Not all men allow bad things to happen in their presence. Okay? And I have been in an experience. I've been in a situation where something like that was going to go down, and I didn't let it go down. And I got into a fist fight, a nice fist fight, nice brawl with some friends, you know, over how we conduct ourselves when women are around us when they get too drunk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, this ain't going to happen here. So, like, you know, it all depends. Like, I want women to know not all guys are like that. All right. Of the ones that are, file the charges. That's all I can say, file the charges. I hope that we are, you know, I've talked about this before, guys. I hope that we are making a change in society. I've heard people say some really crazy stuff. Do you guys have daughters? Do you have daughters, or you just want to believe that nothing can happen to your daughter or your wife or your mom or your sister? Like, do you realize that what is going on? It's not enough to just say, well, you shouldn't be with this person because you ought to know. No, mofo. Like, people should be able to be with people and hang out or have a drink and not get raped. Like, you should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. It just bothers me, man. It just bothers me. Like, once, like, they don't see, like, of course we don't like false allegations, but come on, man. Like, stand up a little bit. Be like, yo, you know, nah, man, don't do that. That's crazy. You're a predator. You're
Called super predators.
You're a super predator. Like, tell these guys they're super predators. Man, let these guys know they're super predators, and they're gonna end up in jail. Like, Men have a responsibility to educate. Older men have a responsibility to educate younger men, man. We should at least try. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And I think we could do a lot better if that happened. That's all, man. Now, these rich, powerful bastards like Harvey Weinstein who going to do whatever the hell he want to do because he's rich, well, I don't think no amount of age changes that guy. That guy has been doing what he's been wanting to do for 30 years. He going to keep doing it as long as he has money. He had a squad of people with him to go and defame his accusers. He had it all laid out. It was a plan. He had safeguards built in place. He had an infrastructure built around assaulting women with contingency plans, explosives, I don't know, wirings or all types of an apparatus built so that he could sexually assault women without having any repercussions. That was Harvey Weinstein. Average guy just needs to think through what he's doing, and hopefully men having good conversations with men. I don't mean lame conversations where we act as if we don't understand that we are men and that we are attracted to women. We do understand that. But we have to walk a certain way, conduct themselves a certain way. That's all. But thank you, Susan, for that comment. You just turned, this show is about to end, but you just made it hopefully more productive for some people. I don't know what else to say about that. It's tough. Duran says Tim should ask Donna Brazile to get him an interview with Tom Perez. I don't think Tom Perez and Donna are on speaking terms right now. Like, I don't think they friends right now, bruh. And I got a question, since we're just talking. How can I interview Donna Brazile and only like 8,000 people saw it? I'm just asking. Now, I know Nomiki interviewed Donna Brazile. What's that at? 60, 70, 100,000 views? I don't know. What's the difference between my channel and TYT Politics channel? I'm just wondering. And he didn't, none of the questions, like, at least I asked her about these important issues. She didn't ask her about any of the stuff I asked her about. And why is my video at 8,000? Look, guys, I need the support of the community if I am to be successful. That's all I'm saying. There is no excuse for that. Man, share that video everywhere, please. I've actually broken it down into bites. At least I made one segment, an excerpt from it, because it was so long, because it is an hour long. I get that if it's too long. I get that. But I'm just saying, 8,000? I got videos talking about the show Power that got more views than that. I got videos where I talked about a man slipping on a banana peel and got more views than that. Don't tell me there ain't censorship and suppression out here. But the only way I can combat it is you guys. So please, find my YouTube channel, like a couple of videos, heck, like 10 videos for me, and share some videos, because this is ridiculous. I mean, hey, I know some people didn't like my interview, but goodness gracious, 8,000? 8,000? $10. $10. Shout out to Rob Stapleton, man. $10. That's the inside joke for people that know Rob. All right, guys, I'm gone. Seriously, I'm gone, but I'm gone. I'm gone and I'm gone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I wish you the best, man. And we're gonna be here all week. So just come through. Keep coming back to the YouTube, the Facebook, Periscope. Keep finding me. I'll be here. I got nothing but love for you. Tim Black, out. Shout out Momo Pineda, Stephanie Chateau, Jennifer Vickers, No More Donations, Truth Can't Be Silenced, Yuli, did I say Rob, Iron Man Eyes, and God, everybody. Who else? Am I leaving out anybody? I got a lot of people that support what I do. All my Patreons who support what I do, support this channel. Thank you so much for keeping the lights on and keeping the voice strong and keeping us indoors and keeping us rocking out here, doing our thing. Nothing but love for you. I'll see you on the next one.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
Oh boy.